I love you.
I love you, Mommy.
What's up, family and friends? Welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. So today is a day for me, y'all. It is a day that I have really been waiting on, and I've been anxious for it to come. So let me just go ahead and make it plain. Today, I am freeing myself from a burden that has been over my shoulders for the past 23 years. And I am very excited to share this new journey with you all. So, let me just say, I think I briefly mentioned, gosh, my voice is so hoarse. Y'all, I was in a wedding this weekend, and yeah, you know how the reception, you got that one bridesmaid that's gonna hype everybody up. That's me. So, and with the mask on because of the pandemic, I'm screaming even louder to make sure I'm heard. So let me just apologize real quick about that. I'm sorry, y'all. My voice is so deep and raspy today, but I had to do this today. As I was saying, I briefly mentioned in my introductory video that I would talk about hair loss journey and alopecia. And so I am dedicating today to talk about my hair loss experience and the toll that it's taken over on my life over these last 23 years. It's something that I know all too well. And yeah, I wanted to share this with you all. It's something I know all too well. I have been dealing with hair loss since as early as I can remember. The earliest I can remember is elementary school. So I usually say about around 5 years old. I look at my childhood pictures and I see, the patches of hair missing and whatnot. And I just remember the journey of my mom trying to save my hair. So I'll try to tell you as much as possible without rambling. As a child, I was diagnosed with impetigo. And if you're not familiar with that, it's basically it's basically bacteria on the skin. And for me, it was bacteria in my scalp. And so in some cases with impetigo, you lose hair, and it creates scarring over your hair follicles, which basically some people recognize it as folliculitis. So the bacteria in your scalp causes an infection and it causes sores. For me, it caused sores all over. You'll see soon the sides of my head. So I have no hair all on this side and up here from my childhood impetigo. As a child, it was a real emotional roller coaster for me, being a child who experienced hair loss so young. You know, children are cruel, and it's crazy to be a 28-year-old woman and sitting here and talking about the things that people said to me as a child that hurt me, but it's a part of my story. Things that were done and said to me as a child really helped to shape and groom the way I looked at myself for years and years to come. And it's why I think like now, being in the position that I am in now, I think I over identified with my hair loss and having alopecia. It's been a real hard road for me, y'all. Like, I think for the longest I didn't really come to terms with what it meant to have the type of hair loss that I had. I spent so many years trying to grow my hair again, taking, all these different hair supplements, going from one dermatologist to the next, scalp rubs, home remedies, and all of that. Like, when I say I've tried everything, I've tried everything. And I remember when I was 23 years old, I went to the dermatologist, and this is kind of when I first really grasped and took the time to grasp what it meant to have alopecia. Because now, not only do I have the hair loss that I had from when I was a child, and I had impetigo, I also have CCC alopecia. So what that means for me is, previously, like I told y'all, I'll show y'all in a minute. Like I told you, I had hair loss on the side, hair loss on this side. but I still had hair everywhere else. So it was easy to wear my hair down in a bob like this, or when I went natural, it was easy for me to wear, you know, a fro and kind of puff it out on the sides because I had hair to cover. But as an adult, when I was 23 years old, is when I discovered I have CCC Alopecia. And basically what that means is I started losing my hair in the middle. When I discovered that I had CCC Alopecia, I had just finished, I was living in an apartment by myself. I had moved home from college, and out of nowhere, I started recognizing that my scalp would just be really, really sore in the same spot all the time, really tender, to the point where I was like trying topicals, I was taking pain meds. Like, just think about like when you jam your arm against a sharp edge of something and you don't get a bruise or cut on the outside, but you just feel like the throbbing pain. That's what my scalp felt like. That's what my scalp feels like when I am experiencing things due to my CCC, experiencing a pain due to my CCC. I remember going to the doctor. I told y'all, as a child, my mama did everything that she could to try to save my hair. She took me to all the doctors. She used all the medicated soap. She did scalp rubs. I remember when I was in the 5th grade going to the doctor, and on this bald spot on this side I have a scar because she allowed them to even cut a piece of my skin out to test it, to try to see, you know, what is going on with my scalp, because for a while they couldn't really figure it out. It was like a hair loss like nobody, you know, really had seen in a kid. And so she tried everything, you know, steroid shots, everything, you know, and nothing was saving my hair from coming out. And I remember, like I said, when I was 23, I was living by myself. I was experiencing pain. I set up myself a dermatologist appointment, and I went to the dermatologist. And basically, what these I hope y'all can't hear that loud noise from this truck in front of my house right now. What that dermatologist told me is, she made it plain for me. She said, Jasmine, once this hair falls out, it's not coming back. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what do you mean? You know, like, I'm taking all the vitamins that you guys tell me to take. I'm doing the scalp rubs. I'm taking care of myself. I'm exercising. I'm drinking water. I'm doing greens. What do you mean when I lose this hair, it's not coming back? Because here I am, you know. I said I wasn't gonna do this. Here I am, who wants to be a 23-year-old woman and discovering and learning that you're not gonna have hair. Like, this is it when your hair falls out. So yeah, learning that information was very, very, very hard for me, because I like hair. Not only was I losing my hair, but I was a licensed cosmetologist at the time. I finished my cosmetology program in high school, and I was able to go on to college with a license in the state of Texas to be a cosmetologist. So hair was something that I really adored and loved for so long. So it was really hard news for me to know that not only am I now just going to be bald on the sides. Let me just go ahead and show y'all, because I feel like I'm not being transparent yet. Let me just show y'all what I'm talking about. Wow. I can't believe I'm doing this. So now you can see what I'm talking about. This has been gone since I was 5 years old. So I learned that not only was I gonna be bald on the sides now, but now in the middle. So now there's no hiding my bald spots, because I can't wear it down because I'm bald in the middle, and I can't wear it up because I'm bald on the sides. So that's when I started to rely on scarves and wigs all the time. Scarves and wigs. I literally didn't realize that there will become a time where I didn't want to wear a scarf, or I didn't want to wear a wig. I didn't realize that putting a scarf and a wig on my head was just a temporary band-aid. I didn't think about the days that would come and I would feel like I don't want to wear a scarf. I don't want to wear a wig. I just want to be. And for so long, I began to hate myself. And I was in a depression, and it was really hard because nobody knew. I was so depressed. I was so sad. I was living alone, so nobody really had to know. And I remember I was really close friends with this guy at the time, and we were supposed to hang out one night, and I really wasn't up to it because I did not want to wear a scarf and I did not want to wear a wig. I just wanted to be, you know. And it's really sad thinking about it because it shows how much I hated myself because of something I had no control over. When I say I did everything to try to stop this from happening, y'all, I did everything. And I remember just being so in this dark space and hating myself and thinking I was the ugliest person in the world because I didn't have hair. Like, what do you mean? A woman with no hair? Women are supposed to have hair. That's what I thought. I was so sad, y'all. And I'm crying now, not because I'm sad. I want y'all to know I'm crying now because I'm so happy that I'm finally in the place that I am, to where I realize that my physical self is only maybe 5-10% of who I am, and the other me, the rest of me, is the 90% that you feel, you know. I was listening to a podcast and I heard, I think it was Eckhart Tolle to speak, and I can't remember, but I believe he said something along the lines of, when you die and you're laying on the coroner's table after you die, only about 10% of who you are is laying on that table. When he said that, it sounds so simple, but y'all, it hit me so deep. Because it's like I've spent 23 years believing that I am my physical self. I'm not. Very little is tied into how I look. I've never been a materialistic person. I've never been a person who cared so much about how I look. When I cared about how I look, it's because I was concerned about what other people thought of how I look. I've always been a person with a big heart, a caring spirit, a laughing face. I always care about how I make people feel. You know, that's been one of the most important things to me my entire life. I spend so much time in making sure that everybody around me is good, and didn't even realize that I was dying on the inside, y'all. Dying. I can literally go on and on and on about this for like ever. Like I said, this is something that I've been carrying with me for 23 years. At least to my memory, 23 years. I don't want to carry it no more. So the reason that we are here today is because I am going to free myself from this burden, from feeling like I have to wear a wig, I have to wear a scarf, or I'm gonna look crazy because all these bald spots, it's patches at the back and stuff too. I'll take some pictures and show y'all and post them, you know, here, and here. But I'm ready to be free, y'all. I'm over this. I don't want to have to pick. So guess what? I'm getting rid of my hair. I'm shaving my head. That way when I put on a scarf or when I put on a wig, I know that I'm truly putting it on because it's something that I want to do. Not what you think, not what you think, not about how you feel, but about how I feel on the inside. I am healing myself. I'm freeing myself. And as I do it, I'm going to name many negative feelings that I felt over the years. Look at these. Bald spots that have controlled my entire life. My little hair, it tries so hard to grow back. Y'all, I don't know if I can find the bald spots in the middle, but I legit have bald spots all over my head. And I'm picking a side today. I'm not gonna be worried about wearing my hair no kind of way because the bald spots don't permit. So as of today, right now, I have picked a side and I'm going bald. I couldn't be more excited. Let's get it.